What's going on, YouTube? Fuzzy Wuzzy standing here in my fucked up shed. Hey, I got the back half of a Cadillac here, along with a bunch of other shit. I have been saving this back of this Cadillac for probably 8 to 10 years. Let's finally do what I was saving it for. Let's make a couch out of it. I'll get it in the garage and show you what else I got. This is what I have to work with. I'll put pictures of the car right here. This is an 87 Cadillac Fleetwood I had. Brome, however you say it. I bought it for parts for my red Cadillac out there. Now, when I said this, I've been saving this for 8 years, whatever. No. These pictures right here, the date on them is 2007. So I've been saving this shit for 13 years. I've been saving this shit. And we're finally going to do something with it. I got the back half of the car here. This bumper I went to the junkyard and got. It's a 90 bumper. It's in okay shape. It'll work for now. The other one, because of that side damage there, this was all fucked up and it was all rotted out and shit. I saved this whole back half of the car to hold the back seat because I want to use the back seat to this car. It would be a lot easier to use custom cushions or foam or futon, whatever. I want to use all original Cadillac parts to make this shit. I don't really want anything else. So I saved the back part of the car, so I have the seat attachment. So I have the seat attachment points. I got the roof of the car because I don't know how else to finish the back of it other than just put a big piece of sheet metal there and put the original material that would have been there for the vinyl roof. That's all I could think of. That's what I'm working with underneath. It's kind of rusty. Well, like I said, it's been sitting in my shed for 13 years getting rained on, so what are you going to do? In that time, the fillers rotted away. I got one filler sitting over there for that side. I'm going to have to come up with another filler. I got to come up with the trim for this, the back of this 90 bumper as well. I wish I had the frame to this car. I sold the frame when I parted the car out. I still got doors, and I still got all kinds of shit from this fucking car. You see me rolling my Lincoln now, but back in the day, I was doing the same shit with Cadillacs. Still a Cadillac guy at heart. I love my Cadillac. Anyway, I wish I still had the frame. I wish I still had the frame to line this bumper up. It would make everything a lot easier, but I don't. I sold it. I think that frame's underneath the blue Cadillac. So running around in Michigan somewhere. I don't know. It's been a long time. So right now I'm just kind of having to guess. There's the back of it. It's just it's what it looks like from the backside. So I made this off camera. That's how I'm gonna hold the bumper on, and it's just bed frame, 1/8 inch angle iron bed frame. My instincts tell me to make it heavy duty, yada yada yada, overbuild everything, but I got to kind of pull back. This is a piece of furniture. It's not going to be hitting the streets. It's not going to be abused. It's going to be a piece of furniture. It doesn't need to be that robust. And because you got to carry the thing, because it's going to go in a house. So I used the bed frame. I wish it was thicker, but it'll be fine. I'll be able to put the feet anywhere I want it. That bumper's so heavy. I'll put some feet underside right here, and I'll distribute it throughout the frame. Let me pick it up and show you how this frame works. There's the frame. That's how it goes together. Since I don't have the original frame to the car and I'm kind of eyeballing everything, I built in plenty of adjustment to move the shit around, to get the bumper lined up right with the fillers and all that shit. I just used a piece of wood, through the original body mount holes. The original captured nuts are still in there, so I'm using them. As far as the back of it, I don't know where to terminate this yet because I don't know how deep this couch is going to be. It's not going to be very deep. And let me tell you why. I thought from a seating position, this is going to go. And the bottom of the back seat's going to be in here. From a seating position, I thought about bringing the edge of the front seat all the way to here. So the original hold downs of the bumper, the original hold downs on the sheet metal part over there, I would weld right to the bumper. If that's the case, the back seat's only like what, that deep? So that would cut off quite a bit of this, as opposed to leaving this alone and starting the back seat right there. But when you're sitting in it, your legs would kind of be on this. I don't know if that'd really be too comfortable. So I want to bring the edge of the back seat up as far as I can. That's going to take a lot of length out of the back of it. Once I get all this cut in and tacked up, then I'll finish the framework, tack it to the body, and do all that. Because right now, with the back of it flapping around, it's not going to support this bumper very well at all. So I'm not going to really fuck with that too much until I get all this settled in. Now comes the fun stuff, the creative part, where you have to figure out how to make all this shit work. And it starts by determining just how wide the shit has to be. Oh, you fucking asshole. Wow. Man, them seats get dirty sitting in your garage that long. That took up the whole width. I didn't think I was going to need the wheel well part, but apparently I am. Let me get a measure on that, and then see how much wider I got to make that. 59. I got 59 for a real rough estimate. Ugh. Let's see what the car tells us, how much we got. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect, YouTube. Right inside this edge here is a 59. So I can cut the lip off for the weather stripping. I'll have to figure out some way to finish that, but that'll work out well. I'm going to go get my cutoff wheel, cut all this shit out, all this bullshit. Well, it looks like I didn't cut off quite enough. It looks like right about just as this starts to bend under is ready to cut. So, let's do that one more time. That's more like it. Now we got plenty of room in there. Looks kind of weird now with all that room between the bumper and the body. But that's how it's supposed to be. I got the frame, the newly made frame in there. Before I could try to fit this, I got to trim the fat off it. I got the extra metal there on the side, and I got to square up the bottom. I'll do that off camera. I can listen to music and shit, so bring it back when I'm ready to fit that in there. Ta-da! I got her close enough, I think. Looks good sitting right there, doesn't it? Just like it's supposed to be. I left the top and the back of it alone. I'll get there when I get there. I just want to check for fitment, width, and all that shit. Why you no fit? Looks like some more trimming right there. You see how it gets bigger when it can cut it straight out of the car? That looks really at home right there, doesn't it? Good God. That looks almost too good. I kind of want to keep it like that. And just make a metal filler for in here. But then when you're sitting there, your legs would be hanging off. And I don't know. For shorter people, it'd be uncomfortable. And I'm not tall myself. Whoa. Wow, that is not sitting right at all. That's got to come down a lot. What is in the way? I see. Do you see? I'll show you. See how the floor dips down right there? Well, that's what it's sitting on. It's sitting on the underside of that dip right there. So I got to cut more of this out. I got to cut it down further. I'm thinking, now hear me out, I could cut these tabs off that hold the bottom of the seat, and I could just weld them right to that bumper. And then that would let me cut it off right about here and weld it right to the body. What do you think about that? I think that's the way to go. To get this back seat as low as it can go. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Let's throw that back seat up here and just make sure. Oh. That much? There's where it latches. So there's quite a bit of area there in front of that will cover that bumper. I think that's going to work out well. If I cut that lip off that bumper and I weld those hold down whatever the fuck they are is right to the bumper, that'll let me get this seat as low as it can go. One more thing I want to check. How deep is this guy going to be? So I'm going to end up cutting off about that much. Good. Get rid of that rust spot. I don't have to fix that. I'm going to sit here and think about it for a while. Usually that helps a lot. Sleep on it, whatever. You come up with a lot of good ideas. And ironically, my thinking chair is the front seat out of that Cadillac. That's where I just sit and hang out in the garage. Kind of cool little tidbit. Well, I done some thinking. Here's what I come up with. I put this filler in place because the gap between where the seat clips in and where it rests in the back, there's only so much room for error. So if I'm going to weld that to the bumper has to be in the right place where it's going to live. And that's where I'm running into a problem. For me to assure that I have the same distance before I cut it apart, I welded a nut in there so I have something to hang the tape measure off of. I needed a point of reference for each side, and I couldn't find one, so I just made my own. So I got that measurement, so when the bumper's in place, I could weld that to the bumper, and then I could adjust accordingly. How much I got to cut off of there to get it set, you know what I'm saying? But the issue I'm having is this side just fits like shit. Because it's all dented and it's all fucked up. But that's the only filler I got. I would love to reference off that side and just make everything symmetrical, but I don't. I don't have a filler for that side. So I think this project is pretty much dead until I get another filler. I know of one other caddy in the junkyard, but it's 80 something. The odds are the fillers are going to be they're going to be junk. So I might have to order some online. Pretty much it's going to take a while. It would really, really help me if I had the frame to this car, lining everything up, but I don't have one. That would make this so much easier. And it would also make it so much easier if that wasn't all dented and shit. Because frankly, I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I don't know how I'm going to pull that out. I don't have any body tools. I have not done body work in a very, very, very long time. So I'm kind of feeling overwhelmed. This project is a lot more difficult than I anticipated. So I'm going to order parts. I'm going to find a filler. I'm going to do my thing. I'll bring it back when I get parts. This is going to take some time, YouTube. So don't be looking for another video on this tomorrow. I might even post videos in between. This is a very long project. It's a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Thanks for watching. Peace.